Welcome to On the Bench with Street and Foss here. Welcome back. Matt, how you doing?
How are you? How's it going? Saw you 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was fun having you here
Yeah.
while we had you. What have you been up to New Year's Eve here?
Recovery. Yep.
You got a nice little bruise to show?
Yeah, there's some bruises. Hacking. Got some hacks. It's a good time. Well worth it. Worth all the bruises.
Yeah, that might happen. Well, I've been catching up on rewatching The Witcher, so if you haven't watched The Witcher yet, get on Netflix. We're not paid for this.
I was getting ready to say, you get money for this Witcher plug?
Yeah, I wish. I'm on episode 8 now, almost done, watching it for a second time.
Yeah, it's a good show. You got me addicted to it while I was there. Appreciate it. Thanks. It's all I need, another addiction.
Well, it'd be better than a cigarette or, what do you call it?
Cigars.
Cigars.
That whole conversation. Yeah.
Off conversation.
Why a cigarette got the back stigma? I don't understand. Cigars are like 10 cigarettes in one. You can smoke cigars and you look cool. Smoke a cigarette, you're a scumball. Please.
It's 2020.
Yeah. Smoke as many as you want.
Yeah, that's right. Well, getting into this weekend, we got a chance to play with Kelly Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the tournament, we were the only team in the men's side there to go 6 games. Ended up taking the title in overtime against MetX.
Got our money's worth.
Yeah, that's right. We talk about that with Legion too. If we get, we don't get that bye, it's not the worst thing in the world.
No, yeah, it's not. Needed as much as possible.
So
6 better than 3.
Weekend.
Oh, it was a great weekend. Yeah. Avoided some horrible weather. I thought I was walking into another terrible storm, but that didn't pan out. I did take a spill on that ice Saturday morning that I'm still feeling. Yeah, it worked out real good. So apparently I got out of there before the snow hit.
Yeah. And obviously the ice storm kind of changed some things. They were going to do the ceremonies at
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, right before the championship games, but that got postponed to April now because of those storms. So luckily, we got to still play our tournament.
Yeah, got it in.
So Kelly Lake wins another one. That puts them at a pretty good pace again starting this year, just like they were last year. And just like earlier in the season, too, MetX is right there with them.
Yep. A lot of first place. I saw their stats for how many tourneys they've won last year. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, those guys definitely have something figured out. A little bit more depth now than they used to have as well in number of players when we used to play them. It's still kind of the Sickett show, but having some more lines and capable players.
Yeah, I mean, they run with pretty much 3 lines full time now, so it helps out.
So what are your thoughts on this young MetX team though coming through and being in another what we consider the first major of the year?
Well, MetX won. They won 4-2 in the first one, and the second one it was it's one of those games that can go either way. Same thing with the Chiefs; it can go either way. So MetX is. You'd have to say Kelly Lake is number 1 at this point.
Right, and MetX, obviously the addition of Corey staying there is a big deal. That one was 4-1. That was a pretty good beatdown in the pool play.
Yeah.
Now we played on Kelly, so we got a good feeling for how that went. That semifinal game against Minnesota Chiefs was close. There was a quasi goal, no goal that ended up turning into a power play, which resulted in a go-ahead goal.
They were also absent Johnny Broomball.
That's right. That obviously made a huge difference. But those guys look dangerous. Whenever you have a goalie like Shrugs or like Corey, things are tough to score on.
Broomball at that level right now is real exciting because there's 4 or 5 teams that could make waves in every tournament. It's great. It's
pretty wide open, which, like you said, is pretty fun. Moving on to the other side of it, the Midwesterns. Minnesota Flames, they went...
They're back!
They went 0-3 in pool play and then tore it up when they got to the Midwesterns, winning 5-1, and then beating Dane's team for the second time in overtime against Northern Invasion.
So look at the Flames there. Look at that picture. 9 guys.
Yeah. One of the guys is a Fargo transplant.—
Yeah.
Matt Motley. The jerseys look great, but Yeah, they turned it on. I used to be on that team. Obviously, it looked a lot different. There's not many guys left.
Did you just plug your jersey to sign those?
Hey, I didn't do that one. I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just admiring that.
Yeah, nice looking jerseys.
Yeah, kind of fun to see them come back a little bit because you were wondering if they were going to be able to hold out. They got rid of their goalie, Kyle, so that was kind of a big change for the weekend. One of the games they had Samantha Gordon playing in net, and then they had and then they had another goalie there for Saturday. So, what do you expect for the Flames going forward?
Well, it comes down to the goalie situation, that's for sure. They can get that ironed out. I don't know. When you get a win like that, you might be able to pick up a guy or two. Obviously, you need a guy or two. This time of year, you don't. It was on the tourney was on the 27th. I mean, smack dab between Christmas and New Year's. So, what's their full lineup look like? I don't know. With the advent of Northern Invasion, I know there's a couple Flame guys on there. One that I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe there's a couple extra in the wings that, couldn't make it, obviously, with this weekend. But that's a big win for the Flames. You know, everybody's like, oh, Flames. How long is the Flames the longest-running broomball team playing at that level?
It's got to be. The only one I would know of. They've been around since at least the 80s. Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
And they're back.
Yeah. Captain Hayes is holding it down. He's been there even when I was there. It will be interesting to see what they do about keeper. Obviously, we know that the goalie is such a big position. There's no longer on Minnesota Bombers. You never know if they'll be picking up guys from those teams, but it's been fun to see them keep going, and obviously getting a win at Midwesterns definitely helps.
Yeah. Oh, well, we got next up there. Got Ira.
Yeah, let's just move on straight up to Ira. Kind of cool thing. I got to play with Ira when I was on the Flames. He is.
You were on the Flames?
Oh yeah, I was on the Flames for a couple of years.
How many teams have you played on?
Why do you think I collect jerseys all the time? If you lived up here, you'd do the same thing.
I got to play with Ira once too. I can't remember what it was for, but we played a tourney together. It might have been the Flames when you were playing on it.
Yeah, probably was.
I think I got to play with him and Juice on a line.
Yeah, because at that time I was playing with Justin Pitt and Nick Conan, who's now on our Kelly Lake sub team.
Not to get off Ira here, Nick Conan, congratulations for making ABC News.
Sliding down the ice.
Sliding down his driveway, shaking out some salt. If you need to see that, you can catch it on Broomball Central, or you can go to Nick Conan's page. But yeah, Nick made national news. Way to go. Back to Ira.
No big
Unbelievable.
Deal. Back to Ira, yeah. How old is Ira?
I've been trying to text to find out. I can't figure it out. I'm gonna say
he's near 70.
I'm gonna say 50s. I'm gonna say 50s just to do him justice, but I don't know.
So I didn't get a chance to see the game-winning goal. Can you explain it?
Yeah, so we're all standing, back behind the goal in that far end there, and people are saying, "Oh my God, if Ira wins this thing, it's gonna be nuts." And sure enough, 2 minutes later, he put it in. We all went crazy. It was pretty fantastic. Age-defying Ira.
He's a special player. He's fun to play with. I didn't get a chance to know him, obviously, with my career or yours when he was in his prime. But word is that he was quite the athlete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to. And so he was inducted in the Hall of Fame, I think, 2 years ago, and that's what I was trying to get my hands on. There's an article about him out there that I'd like to read up on. But he's been doing it. I mean, I would guess 40 plus, maybe 50 years. Like, he's been playing forever. And I've heard the same stories. I heard he was in his prime. No one could really mess with him. He was unbelievable. But obviously, he's still got it. He's back. Yeah. Not that he ever left.
Yeah, the classic spin move that he has. Thinking of Ira and players like him, Broomball Central were really trying to push getting more content out and kind of establishing these players like Ira and people we don't even know. A guy I play with on Friday nights for fun, Tim Vilks. He's still awesome, and it could only imagine what he was like in his prime. But we're starting to develop some interview series on these players to try and capture who these guys are and their story. Ira would probably be a really good one because I bet you he's got some good stories.
I heard one about Ira when we were standing back there that he's probably the only guy in Broomball that got a Jofa when it was brand new.
And still wearing it.
Yeah, he's got the greatest helmet in Broomball. I think there's 3 or 4. I know DC's got one. Our buddy Kirby's got one. I love seeing the Jofus.
DC's is pretty baller though. That thing's like
He got it painted.
yeah,
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's cherry. It's mint.
yeah. Send us a pic, DC.
Send us a pic of that Yofa.
The Meg released a new top 10. I'll just go in order here. We got Kelly Lake overtook MetX for first now. MetX in second. Then the Chiefs. Then us at Legion BC at 4, which is usually our spot, 4 or 5.
Feel good at 4.
Yeah.
Under the radar 4.
Yeah. Sticks and Stones at 5. Furious at 6. They moved up quite a bit. Northern Invasion, Nordic Stars, C+. Wolves finishing out 10, and just on the outside looking in are Outlaws and Minnesota Muskrats.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that standings chart?
Oh, well, I haven't seen Sticks and Stones in a while. When was the last tourney they played?
I don't remember. They just play League right now with Augsburg, and they sometimes have the Sickish Boys sub on there.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's kind of tough. I wonder how much that affects, because Furious looked real good this weekend. Like, they looked pretty sharp. So yeah, Sticks and Stones would be my only question mark in that. C+ with a full squad, I think could get past Nordic. Would be my guess on that, and I think the Outlaws might be able to also. I'm anxious to see that Outlaw squad here coming up to Syracuse here this weekend. Yeah, they were. I mean, they've done a little bit of the up and down, but. Young squad, a lot of new players in that program out on the East Coast is making a lot of moves, but I guess you haven't seen them. So this Syracuse tourney, I think some things in this top 10 could change based on what happens this weekend.
And we'll see Furious there as well. Cool thing about Sticks and Stones is they face Kelly Lake this Friday at Augsburg.
Aha!
So
you go.
Your 1040 game will get you a good indicator of where that's at. On big ice. It'll be on Rink A at Augsburg.
Yeah, we'll see what Wallaby's got.
Wallaby is a fun player. He's pretty tall.
Really.
So that being said, thinking about the Mags top 10, the Broomball Central also has its own poll, the Ambassador poll. Those have been sent out and slowly coming in.
How many people for the Ambassador poll?
We got about 10 right now, 10 ambassadors. And what they essentially are doing is they are picking the order of which just like a ranking system, but rather than it being one entity, it's many, and then we average out and create the poll that way.
So after Syracuse, we'll be sent out again for co-rack women's because that's a big tourney out there. So probably be able to solidify something after that tourney. 30 teams for that.
Yep, and then after internationals, the ambassador poll will be done again right before nationals, and then there'll be a postseason poll after nationals is done.
Yeah, I like having 2 polls. I mean, obviously the mag is I catch myself waiting on that. It's a thing of beauty. But like I said, this weekend coming up, some changes could be had in my mind on that top 10 there.
Well, it'd be fun to actually get our team together for once.
Hey.
This has obviously been a big conversation because Mr. Street here got the opportunity to wear these shoes at the North Americans. Tell us about it.
It's kind of undeniable. Very tacky. Warm in the first game. I almost thought they were too tacky. Like it kind of messed me up a little bit. Like you just weren't really used to it. I'm anxious to see what it's going to do. Obviously, I think they've sold them out at Broomball.com. I know Hagan's out of them, so people are wanting to get their hands on them at the price that they're selling for. It's kind of an easy try, I guess. I think $80. With your standard shoe going for 100 or 110. I think it could definitely change the way Broomball is played.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun watching. Not that you're not a dynamic player normally, but
it's got to be the shoes.
You definitely had some cuts in there. I remember one specific play. You were playing D at that point. We were playing against, I think it was Ice Mafia.
Terrible decision.
Playing D and Street, oxymoron. He was running off to the right in the offensive zone and immediately stopped, did a pivot, switched the other way, and the guy was still sliding by the time you were cutting into the slot to shoot.
Yeah. So the ice in Augsburg is the best ice in the country. I've never played on better. I've heard a couple people have some different thoughts, like, well, this ice is tackier. I've never seen tackier. So on any shoe up there, it's pretty amazing. But at 3/4 speed, you could almost make a 90-degree turn with those shoes,
Now,
which is crazy. So I haven't played on super slick ice yet, like my home rink, which will have the opportunity this weekend. So we'll see what happens. But as of right now, yikes.
Yikes. Yeah, so what do you think this means for the game?
I've been thinking a lot about that. I've talked to a couple people about that. I'm not sure. Undecided. I've listed some pros and some cons, and as of right now, there may be more cons than there are pros. Just because the ice is the great neutralizer. It kind of limits people's abilities, so it allows the athletic and the not as athletic to get a little bit closer together, and it keeps like the upper echelon players from really shining. So some of the really athletic, fast players could greatly benefit from this. It could increase goal scoring, but then you also got to think about, okay, so now if you're eliminating the ice factor, what happens in, like, say, a co-rec where there's a player that's faster than another player, where there's more of a difference in athletic ability? What happens in, like, the top level players? Like, is there a shift in the way teams are built because you need more athleticism? I don't know. Or
strategies, even for that matter.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Play the game.
It's like keeping everything in front of you, because you can cut on a dime, and if you're not playing a couple feet off, it can be a problem.
Yeah, obviously, more to be determined there. You'll have to let us know how your slippery ice.
Well, I think everyone's going to figure it out here real soon, because I would assume a lot of people are going to have them here shortly, and I think you'll see a change by nationals.
All right.
We'll see.
Well, just transitioning here, our Broomball Central is expanding. We've been obviously doing a bunch of stuff. We're doing this pod. We do our filming. We're always trying to make this bigger and better. So now we've incorporated a few more people to try and drive this thing to even improve more than it is. With that, we need people. We need volunteers.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. So, if anyone is interested in volunteering, we definitely need your help. We have different positions available. You can go to broomballcentral.com. There's a volunteer sign-up sheet.
You can do whatever the hell you want to do, just if you want to do anything.
If you're passionate about Broomball like we are and you want to give back, that's the way to do it. You're obviously not going to get paid monetarily because we don't make money doing this. No one does. But we do it for the love of the game and hopefully to try and keep growing the game we love.
Trying to structure this is a more professional, in a more professional manner. So the more people we can have to help, the easier it'll be. And I think, obviously, it's fun to see progress with more than just one person. So I'm getting tired of looking at you. We need some more people to hang out with.
Yeah, right. I have wonderful lighting.
Yeah.
You got to work on your lighting. We might have green screens coming.
Oh, yeah. So that's what we need. Anybody wants to help out on this podcast, you can take my seat. All you got to do is have Skype. You want to come? The podcast is set up like this. It's pretty easy to talk about. If you feel like you want on the podcast, you can take my spot, or you can take Foss's spot, or you can take both our spots, one here and one here.
Yep. Or if you just want to guest and BS with us.
Mm-hmm.
We want more content. We need more writers. We need more people doing video content. We want to try and make this professional. And we also want to get people involved in other aspects.
The sport seems to be moving in the right direction, and a lot of the people that have been helping it move in the right direction over the past, however many years, I feel they're getting maybe a little bit more charged. So I think there is a possibility to make a nice little jump with Broomball and to gain some more teams over the next 4 or 5 years.
We got a nice compliment from Daryl saying that he's never seen Broomball feel as good as it does now.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So that's fun to see. Moving on to Syracuse, we're going to be here coming up shortly. The field is set. What are your predictions looking at those who are involved?
Oh, it's one of those tournaments you don't know who's coming. Like, I know Furious is coming, and I know they have 15 guys. Like, what 15 guys is it? What about them Valley Gamblers from up north? What goalie is MetX bringing with them? How many of their guys are coming? What additions do you have? So yeah, I don't know. A lot of question marks. A lot of question marks in that tourney. From the women's side, like who is the Minnesota women's broomball program bringing for that? What about the agents who I thought were awesome in that tournament last year? Yeah, the co-rec stuff. I don't know. A lot of question marks. This is one of those tourneys where you don't really know until you get there, and then you look on the other side and you're like, oh hell, they brought that. They brought that guy. They brought that girl. You know.
Well, and this tournament keeps expanding. I mean, you've been going longer than I have, but I remember when I started going, it was a great tournament, but it's definitely improved quite a bit now.
Yeah, 30 teams this year. Is that the final number?
Yeah, it's something up there.
And look at that logo. God, I love a good logo.
Obviously, Kevin's got things figured out up there. They're doing a lot of stuff. Broomballevents.com. It's a nice addition to the broomball world. And they ran that fair tournament. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go to that one when that was at the fair. But
can't go to them all, bud. But we got to get to that one next year.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited for us to get there and obviously do our thing because we'll be live streaming it.
Whole tourney.
The rink, the main rink. The cool part with that is we got some people flying in to help us. Obviously, the second. Well, you know, you got Rach coming and
our good friend Sheila. The interns will be there. Interns
Sheila,
will be.
We got the voice of Broomball, Grant Dawson, will be there with Furious.
Oh man, good times.
So we should have a pretty good crew set up. Got a
watch party,
huh?
Got a watch party for that Syracuse tourney.
Well, we do have a watch party. Yeah, we'll mention that later. But watch party here in Minnesota for that tournament for the championship games. Biggest thing is we'll only be filming from Rink A, so there's Rink B. You might find some Rink Bs on Facebook Live.
Yeah,
but we'll definitely be doing all the.
We'll get some people to film over there. Yeah, we'll get some of those games on Facebook Live. So if you have friends that are going and you want to see a game on the opposite rink and you know they're not doing anything, tell them to hook up with us and we'll give them access and they can record over there. That easy.
Yeah, super easy. Who do you predict winning? It's nice to see New Jersey Saints back, but who's going to win?
Legion.
Yeah.
Go.
It's hard not to go. It's hard not to go.
Hope Valley Gamblers. It's Valley Gamblers. Who knows? MetX. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah, Furies. 15 guys from what I hear. That's a lot to deal with. Legion.
Go Legion. Your hometown, 7th annual now.
Finally.
Opposite weekend of Syracuse you can go to.
Finally.
Are you excited?
Yeah, it's been like 5 years. It's like, it's great to play some good broomball. So it's only an hour south, so really excited.
Tell us all about that tournament, the rink, the location, for those who maybe don't know.
It's it's an hour south of Indianapolis. Really cool rink. That's where we got the small ice rink. We tried to get a little kids tourney there, a youth tournament. Couldn't pull it off. Too much work. But some really good teams coming in. Laggies will be there. The Bombers will be there. We'll be there. Rock Pile. That's the Rock Pile whipping out the old jerseys.
What?
I think we only got eight guys, maybe. maybe 7 confirmed. Hoping for 8, maybe 9. And then we lose. I think we lose two on Sunday. So it could be a rough weekend. It's a warm up for Syracuse.
Is it a Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday.
All day Saturday. It's a long trek on Saturday. So there'll be some people there to help film some games. We'll be doing everything on Facebook Live. No guarantees. I got my kids that weekend. I don't know, but we'll definitely get some games in on Saturday and then try to finish up on Sunday.
Who runs that tournament?
Scott Heron. Well, I mean it's our league, but Scott Heron is he's pretty much the coordinator of it all, and he does a great job. Sponsored by MidwestBroomball.com, who Tom plays on the Invaders also, and that's his home rink. So for the sponsorship there. But they do a great job. It's well ran. Ice is pretty decent. It's going to be. Hopefully, we'll find out how these Hagans do on that slappy ice.
Yeah.
It is an Augsburg ice, I can tell you that. But the rink's really cool, and it's usually goes over pretty well. I mean, year 7, so they're doing something right. And
now last year, some of those MetX guys came down and played, right? Uh-huh. And they won it.
So that's the thing. This tournament has $1,000 purse. That's always a steady pull when you got some money involved. You pay for your hotels while you're there. You put it together. But I got the leggies in this tourney.
Ooh.
I think the leggies are back. I think Bradford's coming.
Oh,
Bradfordson is his full name. Yeah. Some people call him Newman, but it's all Brads.
our boy Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got the leggies winning it.
I like the leggies. Mm-hmm.
Who are they going to
Yeah,
play?
this is right across the river for the Bombers. I'm not 100% sure what they got coming, but I like the leggies.
Over the rock pile.
I have no idea how many people we're going to have.
Well, that could be a
We've
problem.
got a couple of the Miami of Ohio kids. The interns are going to play with us for this tourney.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. The interns are back.
Yeah, so maybe they're bringing more than I thought. Maybe we'll have some legs, but I don't know. We'll see. This is after the holidays. You can't really do a lot with 8 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where you're puking out all the cookies. This is a puking out all the cookies tourney.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No thanks. All right, so getting to our final shift. So we have 2 minutes to get through this, so 30 seconds each.
Good, because my computer's running low on battery.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hey.
Don't mind that.
Yeah.
There it is. Power rankings, a big rank disparity. You can kind of see a big difference between, probably 1 to 4, and then there's a clump of
1 to
like
5.
5 to 8.
1 to
5.
Fury's still in there.
And then everyone else.
Yeah.
Is that good for Broomball?
It's the way it's always been, I think the top 5 are a little bit closer than they've ever been. And then after that, there's another slew of teams that are also really close. I think Broomball's doing okay right now. I have no problems with it.
That Michigan Tech dealio is starting up again.
That ball drop. It's awesome. They had a band out there last year. I think the mayor dropped the ball.
January 14th, if anyone's interested to see
Yeah,
that.
Facebook Live event. I've been trying to pimp out Michigan Tech up there for years just because I want them to come to national.
Spam them with
Yeah, they
comments
got
about coming to
3,000 kids.
nationals.
Yeah.
Spam.
We'll just keep telling them good job until they come to something.
How's your drive going to be to Syracuse this year?
Who knows?
It was great last year.
It was great last year, and it's looking decent this year, looking at that extended forecast, but I'm always holding my breath. You see that right there? That gives me anxiety.
You're already feeling it.
Oh, yeah, just white-knuckle driving. Yeah. I think I got an ulcer for a year after 2 years ago. It's a bad deal.
That watch party we mentioned earlier, in the cities here, it'll be at a bar called Halftime. They're looking to do some Broomball partnering. They've already done some with other events. So this will be a Broomball Central fundraiser and watch party for the KMAN Championship games on Saturday night.
How cool is that? Yeah. I mean, I'd go to that just to hang out and booze and hopefully it'll be USA against Canada. That could get really cool in there. Because if it's just 2 USA teams and everybody's like, but if you get a whole bar rallied around USA, now you got something. Throwing a couple shots with that, it's gonna be the greatest watch party ever.
It should be fun, and that's one aspect that's nice because from us expanding and get more volunteers, that's helped create opportunities like that. Street, anything else to touch on?
No, I got 2. So I just had a weekend in Broomball. We got 2 more weekends of Broomball coming up. Back-to-back tourneys. It's an exciting time of year. Exciting time to be alive. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year 2020. Well, heal up that bruise and that body for next week. So then from both of us here from our final shift here on the bench, we will catch you next time.